So good vibes only. I'm sure you get this question a lot. What if you want bad vibes, but you can only have good ones? How is that justifiable? Bad vibes. It's like purification of the soul, catharsis. No?
We're in the purple.
Oh, purple. Well, I'm wearing purple too. Maybe it's like some sort of, because it's a royal color, I guess, for calmness. That's cool. Cheers. So I'm here at VidCon, Baltimore. It's a very chill convention. Lots of small creators showing off their wares and works. Low intensity, and I like that. But with that lower intensity comes, I think, a lower sense of vision. And that shouldn't be a dichotomy, but I think it might be. So I'm a total noob at all this content creation thing. But from what I'm seeing at VidCon, the big divide seems to be over long-form content, which could be anywhere up to and beyond 20 minutes, and short-form content, which is 5 minutes max. I'm an old fogey. I'm used to watching 20-minute videos, and shorter and longer, but generally around 20 minutes. But of course, that has changed a lot. There's always change. Which way should I go? I don't know. I prefer making long form, but it does take a lot of time and effort. Whereas shorts, I might not be able to go as deep as I want to, but I can do a lot very quickly. It's an interesting division. What do you guys think? So this here is a startup called VidFair. They're trying to revise the pay-per-view model for web video. It's an interesting concept, but I don't know. I know some people who do very niche content. I don't know if this fits into your model. If it does, let me know. If it doesn't, also let me know. Because is YouTube working? I think it is, but if you want growth, you want to expand, maybe things like this might be the way to go. Or something else.
Hey, there we go. What's up?
All right, I want to test out this idea on you, Vaush. The deepest dialectic underneath all human affairs is between, on the deepest philosophical, psychological level, protection and play. What do you think of that? Or is it nonsense, or do you think there's something there?
No, I think there's work there. Okay. I think you could make a convincing argument.
Okay.
Though there's no objective answer.
I think what the new politics of this 21st century is the problem. We keep trying to fight the 20th, socialism, capitalism, all that. But the problem more seems to be, how do we effectively balance protection with play?
No, I get the dialectic. I think you could make a convincing argument for that. You could make a whole book out of that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Get on that book.
Will do. Cheers, man.
Wonderful day.
So I like my snack foods, and I'm quite impressed with these Trenzy Treats freeze-dried sour treats. They're kind of like a cross between chickpeas, like roasted chickpeas, and Sour Patch Kids. Cool idea. Very crunchy and sweet and sour at the same time. I love it. Questions, they're philosophical. First, what is the meaningful difference, if there is any, between education and entertainment? And second, and maybe are you familiar with the phrase, the struggle for pure prestige? That's from Francis Fukuyama, working from Hegel. Philosophical again, but he talks about it in terms of destruction, but now, in our day and age, we see it in the form of creation. And so, yeah, those two questions, separation between education and entertainment, and the struggle for prestige as a creative process.
I'll speak on the educational thing. I help my friend Billy run this thing called Big Weird World. We teach like Gen Z about anything and everything through cute animations and stuff like that. Checks out on TikTok. I think the most meaningful evergreen content that's coming out today is educational, and I think a good video is inherently educational. It teaches you about socializing, or even it gives you a good joke or two. I think, for example, his content is content that will stay around for a while, and it is inherently making society better. So if any of you are ever thinking about making content, or even putting content out there in any capacity, try to have some sort of vegetables in there. The packaging can be candy and gift wrap and beautiful, but you can make the platform of the world a better place just by making it, have some meat to it.
I think of it as entertaining with facts.
I'll go to the first question because I have no idea what our second question is.
Oh, good.
So the first one, I'll get even more philosophical with it, and this is completely stolen from Brian Trahan, but something that's really helped me was the idea of exploitative versus redemptive content, right? Exploitative meaning, hey, I'm putting this out there and really just trying to exploit the view of whoever's watching it, versus redemptive is just what's the value exchange? If I put a video out, all I'm asking is for a view. That's my ask. And I hope what I give you back is something way more worth than just a view, whether that's education in something, whether that's like, whoa, this really helped me with my journey, just something where like, I will take this exchange every day of my life. And that's how I look at every video I put out. To me, I'm a business person, and I put in my head, like, that's the easiest offer I can give.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna tackle the first one too. I think that when content, the most valuable content probably is the content that does teach you something. And in theory, you should probably want to learn from all content because, whether you're a content creator and you're learning like how to make better content, or if the content just moves you in one way or another, like ideally it's something positive that you can actually learn from. But sometimes in a literal sense, like there's actual educational pieces in it. And I think that that's really important because that helps it just translate for people. Arguably better than just, reading a book or something, in a more factual sense, like in a school environment. It's like more easily digestible when it's created with like, fun things around it and whatnot. So, yeah.
So you talk about the kids being all right. VidCon, last one. And the first thing I attended in the morning was animation domination. And that blew my mind. It was so wonderful. Everyone was really into animation. It's such a positive vibe. And just, yes, we're making stuff. Kids were booing AI. And they were that engaged, that interested, that fascinated. There's so much joy and passion and love and happiness. But then right after that was one on gaming. And as sincere as the animation panel felt, that's how insincere the gaming panel felt. Even though I think like animation is amazing. I love animation. It's beautiful. Gaming is like even more because it's the medium of touch. But that just felt so fake. Maybe it's my own biases. It was all, AAA multiplayer, Fortnite, Minecraft. And look, I'm an old fogey, all right? Shooters peaked with Perfect Dark. I will die on that hill. But it really is another age now. And that's kind of cool. And where's it going to go? I don't know. What do you think? It's funny. I've done my share of history tours and conferences because I'm really into it. Especially, the revolutionary period, all these roundtables and conferences and tours. And I'm usually the youngest person there by far. But here at VidCon, I'm really old. It's a weird feeling. I don't know if this is due to the silos of interest or just weird generationaliness. I mean, how many young people are into history? Oh, wait, it's actually quite a bit. But they don't go to conferences and lectures and roundtables. They do everything online. They play games. My core mission is and has always been bridging the domains, bridging the gaps of age, of experience, of areas of interest, of, political factions, But how do we do that? I don't know. I'm doing my bit anyway. So, VidCon Baltimore. History guy, they know about Baltimore, they know about Fort McHenry and that whole battle and the Star Spangled Banner. I heard people singing it. Fort McHenry, it's not that far from where we are, the Baltimore Convention Center. As a history guy, I don't know how rare this is, but I believe in it very strongly. The War of 1812 was a war of aggression. I stand by that. Congress declared war, Madison declared war. Yes, there was British and American ships, those were mainly from New England, and New England opposed the war. But I don't know, if you tell that to guys here in Baltimore, how do you think they'd react? How do you think they'd react? I don't know. But like national identity, it's a thing. It's formed. And as historians, isn't our role to challenge those easy assumptions? But then that makes people really, really, really mad. I learned this in school. I got a good grade on it. How dare you question my knowledge? And yeah, but historians at all levels have to deal with that. But let's see what happens here in Baltimore. I'm going now to see Casual Historian. I think it's Casual History, the Casual Historian. He's one of the few history tubers who I don't really know, who I haven't followed that much. We'll see what happens. The education panel didn't have a history guy. It was really crowded. I'm glad I did this. It was cool, but man, it made me feel old. Too much psychic damage.